Evil Squid Comics podcast. We are part of the Collector's Maze Network.
Don.
Scott.
Andrew. All right, so what did we watch this week, guys?
I watched Captain America Brave New World.
What did you
Nice.
think of that?
I don't know, man.
Doing the
Like, it wasn't
freaking
great.
Marvel
No.
Universe
The last
justice.
10 minutes were kind of fun.
So that's what I like.
And
pissed off.
Giancarlo
Why
Esposito
did-
or whatever, man, he was pretty good.
Why did I have to wait until 20 minutes left in the movie to see the Red Hulk? Like, that was
I don't
terrible.
know. It was way too much build up.
Yeah.
They
And
should have had him in the
all
middle
they-
and then at the end.
The only point of that movie was to introduce Adamantium, right? So that they could introduce the X-Men, I think.
Didn't they already introduce?
I think
Well,
that team?
Kind of, sort of, but they made a big deal about it. Because it's
Yeah.
on the Celestial Island head or whatever.
I don't know what the point
like-
of that movie was, to be quite honest.
No, I know. And here's the because I was trying to think
To
about
see
it.
if Anthony Mackie can carry a movie.
Right,
turns
and
out
he can't.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can't.
No,
And
still
here's
no.
the thing, like, I wonder if
thing.
any of the Marvel movies after this are going to carry on. Because,
They definitely won't. There will not be another Captain America movie.
well, what I'm saying is, like, I'm so
Have you
used...
seen the schedule?
I'm so used to...
It's like he doesn't read the internet.
No, I don't. I don't
No,
read the
he doesn't.
internet.
Okay, let me explain. Let me break it down for you, Don. Captain America came out. It's not going to be enough. Thunderbolts came out. Not going to be enough. They're going to have Fantastic Four this summer. Next summer, they're having Spider-Man. Okay? New Spider-Man movie.
Another Tom Holland?
Yeah. And then that same year, at Christmas time, they're going to have an Avengers movie. And they're going to wait a whole year, and at the next Christmas, they're going to have another Avengers movie.
Yeah.
That's all they have on this. Everything else is...
Now, see, I still think that there might be something between the
There's
Avengers
not going to be
movies.
anything else.
You don't think there will be between the two Avengers?
No. Marvel's losing too much money on these middling things. They're not
Right.
making any money.
So, what I think is, like...
Because they can't make them for less than $300 million, and they're only making $400 million worldwide. So they're...
That is true.
I think I
They're-
liked
They are
the-
losing money. I mean, yeah, Thunderbolts
They
cost
can only
way too
bleed
much.
so much money so
Yeah,
long.
I mean, and Thunderbolts is getting pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Reception.
Yeah, but
and
I'm
yet it's
sorry.
still
We're
not
hijacking
making money.
Don's.
No, that's
Captain
fine.
America.
I was trying to think, like, what didn't work for me. And I think...
It just was blah.
Well, but I also think that, like...
And let's bring
The
back
original
a freaking
characters-
Incredible Hulk villain for the one movie that hardly anybody watched.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the original, like,
Spit it out, Don.
Downey Jr., you know,
Yeah.
I think those characters are what we fell in love with, right?
Yeah,
And now
absolutely.
they're trying to do the legacy of it. And I didn't like the legacy in the comic books, and I don't think I like the legacy in the movies,
'Cause
right?
it turns out,
Like-
like, when you like something, you can't just switch it all up and make
Yeah.
you like the new...
And it just felt there were parts of that movie with Sam Wilson and his Falcon guy or whatever that it was just bad acting. Like it was just
No, it was
bad
It was
acting.
just blah, man.
Yeah, it almost felt like it should have been a TV.
Well, they did
series
make a
and
TV
not a
series, and they
movie.
thought they could do a movie out of it because they did the
because they
Captain
did do the
America
Captain
and the Winter Soldier.
I think the Captain America and Winter Soldier was better than this movie.
I agree,
I would
100%.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it really was because you had more characters, and also I think Bucky's a better actor
do.
and more interesting than the
And
Falcon.
the other thing
Sebastian
that
Shaw.
that
But yet, I felt like his freaking little cameo was so forced.
well,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
that's
other thing. I
horrible.
felt like the stuff that they added in, like him, like.
just
Oh.
was cheesy.
Right, and the other thing that I didn't like was that they tried to tie it all into the old Hulk. Like they brought in the
Yeah, that was not
Abomination.
necessary. It'd been too
They
long.
brought in what's her name
Been
back,
too
Liv
long.
Tyler.
Yeah,
You
been
know,
too
like
long.
just start it over, dude. Like just start like
It was almost like
we
a
already
Hulk
know
movie.
who Hulk is, right?
Yeah,
It was a Hulk movie without the Hulk.
correct. Well, you had a Red Hulk.
Well, I know, but not until even like the last 20 minutes
It's true.
do you even get the Red Hulk.
Okay. Was
I don't know.
Bruce Banner's in there? Do you consider that a Hulk? Sorry, because Harrison Ford was the Hulk. Never
No, I
mind.
understand.
Anyway, Thunderbolts was actually really good.
Good. I
But
can't
it's not
wait to
making
watch it
much
on
money.
Disney Plus.
You should go to the theater and see it as well.
Yeah.
But what worked about Thunderbolts is it had
Florence
more
Pugh?
humor. The actors were much better and had a lot more charisma. Like Florence Pugh, like she commands your interest when she's on the screen,
Right.
even if she doesn't have super interesting things to do. She has enough charisma to pull you in. The same with even when David Harbour as the Red Guardian or whatever, like his little
doing his shtick,
little
you know,
shtick,
type
it was entertaining. It
is,
played off.
Yeah.
And even the characters I didn't care about, like the U.S.
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent, Patriot
Yeah.
guy. I mean, I don't like that actor that much. I don't like the
That
character that
character.
much. But it worked
It
with the
worked in
other
there.
characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like Deadpool with a group is better than Deadpool by himself.
You
Yeah,
actually felt a little. I don't know if you felt sorry, but you could kind of maybe understand a little bit more about U.S. Agent. You know?
Yeah, exactly. They
watching
kind of
it.
gave him a little gravitas.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And the Ghost character, I felt like they could have developed her a little better. She kind of felt like she just kind of sat around in the background.
Yeah, but I think that overall that
Yeah.
she did pretty good though.
And
too.
Julia Louis Dreyfus finally felt like her character was good as kind of like this evil Machiavellian sort of politician.
Contessa or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Contessa de Fontaine or whatever. Yeah.
Bucky does pretty good there.
Bucky's
Sebastian-
pretty good too, yeah.
Sebastian
Like so I
Shaw.
felt like it all kind of came together. And then you have the Sentry as like the villain or whatever. And
How did
he's-
you think? What did you think of him?
Spoiler.
You didn't know that?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's pretty obvious pretty early on if you know anything about the series.
Right.
But yeah, I thought the actor
think
who did it was
Bob or
okay.
whatever,
yeah, I
yeah.
thought that was kind of
do
interesting.
you think
I thought it
that
worked
he did
well.
a pretty good job?
I mean, the Sentry's kind of a boring guy because he's just like super overpowered. But I guess it works in the fact that these people don't have much power, and so you have to kind of figure it out. No, I think overall it worked.
That's good. I'm
was
glad
good.
to hear that you did
It was
like it
entertaining.
because I enjoyed it. I thought, yeah, from an entertaining perspective, I thought it was something that.
It's way better than Captain America.
Oh, absolutely. But and I almost think it's way better than a lot of the Marvel stuff that's come out probably in the last.
Well,
couple
yeah,
years.
no, it's the best one in
So,
a while.
yeah.
Other than Deadpool.
But like I said, I'm probably a little jaded from just some of the actors that are in it,
Yeah.
more so than
Jaded, or you mean
Yeah.
you're excited?
jaded, excited, whatever. So
Because jaded means like you. No.
that's true. That's
Okay,
true. I
it's all
probably used that word incorrectly,
All right,
which wouldn't
Scott.
be surprising.
What did you watch? You probably have a laundry list of things.
No, because I read so much stuff that I really didn't get to watch stuff. I mean, I finished off Last of Us season 2 or
Oh,
whatever.
it's done?
So yeah, supposedly season 2 is done, and
Oh, wow.
and it ends on this stupid ass cliffhanger. So of course, for the next season, I was not very happy with. You know, in here again, I mean,
There's not a Last of Us 3.
so here's the spiel.
I'm going to watch it, so don't spoil anything.
Okay, but
I've never
I
played
won't
the
try
game.
to spoil anything here. But video game wise, there's 2 video games out there: Last of Us 1, Last of Us 2.
And there's 2.
They
season
never did
2.
make a 3. Okay,
Correct. Does Last of Us Season 2 cover all of the game 2?
no.
Damn it!
So Last of Us 1 did the entire first season
First
of
game.
the thing,
Yeah.
the first game. Last of Us Season 2 has done maybe half of the game.
Oh,
In
they
fact,
just
what
spread it
I'm
out.
hearing is that they think they may not even be able to complete The Last of Us
2 in
2
Season 3.
in a Season 3, and that they may need a Season 4.
Well,
So I guess that's where I go back, is that when I watched Last of Us the Season 1, it was a full, complete video game. It feels like a nice, complete show.
Sure.
It's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it's all about relationships and whatever else.
Yeah.
Last of Us Season 2 has a beginning. It fucking pisses me off with a goddamn cliffhanger ending, you know, so now I gotta watch the next one. But yet this whole season has been more about, you know, almost more of a revenge and how do I get back at people and going down a dark path rather than building of relationships and how do I get through a freaking zombie apocalypse. It's how do I get back at my fellow person, you know? And for me personally, I don't like that type of theme maybe as much. It does tend to be a bit darker, and maybe that's what a lot of people like, but I feel like it's been done quite
Yeah,
before.
it's like with Walking
It's,
Dead. Like the zombies weren't the bad guys.
It was each other.
It was each other,
you know,
right?
and
It's kind of like
you know, I felt like Last of Us Season 1, while there is a lot of that aspect, you know, of us being against each other, I felt like, though, it did it in a little bit of a different spiel where it was like this particular relationship being built between these two people that kind of needed each other, you know, and it really, I thought that helped do pretty well with that story. You know, and this one, it's like I say, it's more of a deconstruction of how does somebody, you know, go dark, you know, and the regret of decisions you might make. It just, it's a darker path in what's generally a darker story anyway. It's okay. It just didn't do as well for me as the first season. But yet I still knew what I was getting into. So, I mean, for watching what I kind of knew was where they may go. So.
I watched Mobland.
I watched that.
It's pretty good. It's another Tyler Sheridan, but it's got
Oh,
or
okay.
Taylor Sheridan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan and what's his name? Dude
Yeah.
that plays Venom
That guy.
and Mad Max.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Tom
Tom
Hardy.
Hardy. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Cool.
I enjoyed it.
Is it all out?
There was either one more episode when we watched, or it was all out, and that was like a week or two ago. So I think it all should be out.
Cool.
If it didn't end when you thought it,
Are you
because I
watching?
think it ended on like 9, which seems weird.
Nothing. Are you watching Black Mirror?
I'm done with it.
I haven't finished the last episode. The USS Callister.
I watched it backwards. I watched the USS Callister first,
That's
and
weird.
then realized that was the last episode, and then went back and watched.
So, what was your favorite?
Dude, the first one,
It's good.
that'll rip your fucking heart out.
I know. I feel like it shouldn't be on Netflix because it's kind of like what Netflix does.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like, well, you can have the same thing you were getting, but with commercials
Right.
now, or you can pay more and not have commercials.
it's so hard to watch.
Yeah.
The week one was, I didn't like the movie one. The
It
black
was a
and
bit
white.
much. Like, it
Yeah.
was a little slow. I thought
Yeah,
it was cool. I thought it was a good
very
story,
slow.
but it seemed like it took too long getting there.
Yes, and then the eulogy one.
Oh, that one was kind of cool. I thought it was a really good performance by
So,
Giamatti.
you
What
don't-
was number 4?
I'm trying to think. There was the
Because there was the Bête Noire with the lady working at the food company. That was kind of cool.
Yes, I liked that
That one
one.
was
That
kinda
one was
crazy.
great
That one was
because like
crazy.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
at
I know
all.
what the fuck was
She just
going on.
pulled the gun,
Yeah.
blew the head off, and then grabbed the thing, and then the cops are like, it was like she used the force, right?
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
stormtroopers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not who you're looking for. Oh yeah, you're not who I'm looking for. But yeah, that one, and then
Oh, the 4th one was the crazy guy with the computer game. That was a good one too.
dude, and it ended like
Oh, I know.
I don't.
You didn't get it?
Well, no, I mean, but no, like.
Oh.
He grabbed it was all set up so he'd go in there and then
Yeah,
take
yeah.
over the computer,
Mhm.
right? Because he drew.
And then it broadcast the
He
thing, and
drew
it
the
basically
QR
it
code.
basically hijacked every human on the planet.
Right, and
Yeah.
then like, is he gonna? Are they all a game to him, or does he just live? Like, is he like Burgess Meredith? Like, he's the last man on Earth?
I think the computer just merged with everybody, just like they did him. The computer basically took over human, including him.
It took over him.
Well, he was already taken over. They said they were in symbiosis. Remember? Do you hear that beeping? Or is that in my ears?
I did hear something.
Is that all there was?
Yeah. So there's just 6 episodes. But
Yeah. So you don't watch Black Mirror? You
I've
probably
watched
won't
a
ever.
couple of episodes. You
Um,
know, that
You
maybe
just
were
jump into
recommended.
season 6. It's pretty solid.
So
Okay.
yeah, so the
I'm sorry, season 7.
7. So the first episode, it's got what's her Nashida,
Rashida
The-
Jones.
the chick
Oh,
from
okay, from Parks and
Parks
Rec.
and Rec.
Yeah, yeah.
In the
And-
office.
huh?
In the office.
In The Office, yeah.
She was
and
in
so,
the office a little bit. Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
she gets like a brain tumor thing.
They would have to go through every episode.
I know, but I
But
was
this
just
is
gonna
your
explain-
favorite of them?
Well,
okay.
it was really sad, like really heartbreaking, especially
Sure.
at the end. So like, she gets this disease that's inoperable, and this lady comes to her with a new company. It was all like every episode was like AI techie, right? Like
But
it
that's
all.
Black Mirror.
No, not
Mostly.
I mean, mostly, but this season seemed like it was all that. Like every episode. Anyway, this lady comes to visit her husband, and she's like, we can like basically clone your wife, go in, take it out, and then put her back in, right? Like she'll be fine.
They can put her brainwaves in the cloud and then beam it to this thing in her brain, like so that she can operate.
Okay.
Yeah. But so then she starts talking ads, right? She's just like, well, is that the first thing that happens?
Well, first she can't go out of a certain range because it can only broadcast in a certain range.
Right. And they
Okay.
go to see the lady, and she's like, oh yeah, she's like, you need
You need the Super Plus.
Super Plus plan, and it's
so
Of
that you
course.
can get it
it's
go
an
out of
extra
range.
$500 a month or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And she
That's
They
how they
both-
get you.
right, and they both work like,
and they're pretty poor.
and they're pretty poor, like they're making paycheck to paycheck.
yeah.
And so then another thing happens, and they go in to see her, and
Well,
they're
she's saying
like,
ads. Like in the middle of the conversation, she starts saying
she'll just
ads.
stop and say
Ads.
ads,
And they're like, and she doesn't even know she's doing it. Everybody else around her does.
right?
And so they're like, well, there's ads going. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's our new ad plan. If you want to not have ads, you need to upgrade to the next
Next
plan.
plan.
Because they're like, well, we already upgraded to the super, and she's like,
Yeah.
well, super is just normal now.
Yeah,
Now it's
now
like
you gotta
super
get-
plus.
Yes. And then she has to sleep so much every day. Well, if she has to sleep more and more, and they're like, yeah, while you're sleeping, we're using your brain waves to like power other things. If you want to sleep less, you need to go up to the next tier. So that you don't have to sleep as much. And she's like, yeah, but I'm sleeping like 12 hours a day. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be closer to 18 now.
Right. Sleep like 18 hours a day with all of the
And then the
downloads.
price keeps going up.
The price
so they
keeps
can't
going up.
afford it.
And so they just keep working harder and harder
And getting less.
and getting less and less. And it's just so sad. And like,
and it's so real.
I know, it really is.
Hit your right.
I mean, it hit like
it hits
the
multiple
end-
levels, Don.
Oh my god, the end was just brutal,
Yeah, it's been
right?
bad.
Like, well, then they have like it's so funny. They can buy like gift cards
Oh yeah, to get
that-
like super
to get like to be normal.
and to get even like not just normal. She can get like
yeah,
you can buy a gift card and get like super where everything is like super sensory and everything
Yeah.
feels greater
And like
better.
her husband is like, I'm gonna spoil the shit out of it.
That's
He's
okay.
never
I'll
watched
probably
it.
never see it.
But like, so he buys her like a $30 minute gift card, and he's like, this is all I could afford.
I think it was like 12 hours.
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
I thought
Anyway,
it was like-
regardless.
Yeah. Anyway.
We talked about it enough.
And
Anyway,
so he's like, I gave this to you, and so like she comes up, and then like it gets ready to be over, and she's like, you need to do it, but do it when I'm back. This right, and so like the gift card runs out, and he fucking kills her, and then goes into the other room
we're
and
just gonna spoil the
basically,
whole episode.
yeah, that's what he told
Okay,
him. I was
cool.
gonna spoil
That's
it.
great.
Yeah.
So anybody listening, will
Yeah,
just know
spoiler
everything.
alert.
Spoiler alert.
Sweet, that's fun.
Okay, never mind.
Cool.
Well, tell me the gist of it now. I'm like,
He offs himself.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really sad.
So sad.
They just couldn't live. You know?
Couldn't live.
Like it's you look at it real world and you're like, he would have just been better off
Yeah.
letting her die originally, right?
I know, but at the
Like,
time it sounded like a great deal.
yeah, I know. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
I'm in the same situation right now. I mean, it's not life and death, but
Yeah, totally.
kind of the same situation.
Cool. All right, that was way too much time on Black Mirror.
Yeah.
What's next?
I did finally watch, what was it?
Coherence?
Coherence. There you go. You
Yeah?
remembered it.
What did you think about
very good. I enjoyed it. I really did. Thought it was pretty good. So
Spoiled the crap out of that one at the end when she's running around trying to pick.
you
You
did?
tend to spoil everything, it
I know.
sounds like.
No, I said I'm going to spoil the crap out of this one.
Oh, okay.
We already
Now that
talked
we've
about
all
it. We
seen
talked
it.
about the end.
I know,
Okay.
we did. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, overall, I enjoyed it, especially for what was like a low budget, kind of sci-fi-ish type of flick, type things that almost feel kind of like Black Mirror type of thing in its own way.
Yeah.
But the overall gist of Coherence, I think we talked about a couple times. Where a comet passes over and it kind of got the Schrodinger's cat type of thing, where is it alive or dead? It's both because of that thing. So there's multiple paths going on, all at the same time of this group of people. What was it, like 7-8 people, and they're finding out as they leave this house and going down this like little alleyway area that all these points are converging, and you're kind of crossing over into alternate paths, it goes on. But
Oh, yeah, we already watched.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was just explaining it there for if anybody was listening.
Cool.
What the gist of it was
Awesome.
there again. But yeah, you guys all watched it. So what were your thoughts about the overall ending?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Nice
Did
little
you?
twist. Yeah, I thought it worked well.
See, I don't know. I mean, my struggle with the ending was I thought at some point in time with how they did their explanation of, okay, this is just this thing now where we are all at that point here through the night while the comet's passing of anything can happen, and then by the morning shit should have evened out. So where there was only one of everybody or whatever. So now to have two of her around there, this, while it was a good ending in the sense of this girl made probably a decision that was not what I would think the most ethical of decisions, but she was looking out for herself, or at least this particular version of herself. At the end, I felt it kind of broke the rules of what the movie was doing in the first place. So I struggled a little bit with that, as well as I hate movies that freaking build up to a certain point and then decide, oh, that's where we're going to cut you off at too, by the way, to make you think, ooh, where does this go next? Or this is how I kind of wanted it to be, was a bit more open, in its own way. And
Sounds like Scott didn't like it.
Yeah.
no, I like the movie.
No, the ending.
I enjoyed it, the movie itself, but I do admit that the ending, for a movie that I was kind of with, and I was like, oh, this is cool, the ending didn't hit for me personally. I think I struggle a little bit just because of the fact that I don't like open ass ended endings. It felt cliffhanger,
Yeah.
for a movie. So
All right, what else did we watch?
That's all.
Scott, what else you got?
I really don't have much. I watched. I finished off *Handmaid's Tale*, but I can't really recommend that. I mean, if it's all right, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that it was like the best thing ever.
Is that over?
It is over,
Oh,
but
okay.
they can, with the way that it ends and with how many characters were involved, they could easily do spin-offs for freaking ever,
Ad
So,
infinitum.
yeah. So,
That Mickey 17 is on my.
I know.
oh good
Did you watch
God, that
it?
is like the greatest movie
Now,
ever. Okay.
Barbara.
We'll watch it for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Barbara
watch it
wanted
for
to
next
watch
time.
it, so
I
we'll wait for
really
her.
enjoyed Mickey 17. I
Don't
hope
build
you
it up
guys do
too
as
much.
well.
Yeah, I'll build it up. I watched the trailers.
I did see Novocaine. That was fun.
Oh yeah, I watched
what?
Novocaine.
Novocaine's
Oh
fun.
yeah, that was a fun movie.
That
It got
movie-
I wish it would have ended like 20 minutes earlier. I thought it kept trying to top
Dude,
itself.
it did, and there were points where I was like, "Oh, like I can't watch." Like it just got so like whatever, like
yeah, over the top.
over the top, and I'm just like, "Oh, like."
I kind of wish it would have
Like-
ended when he first got to the girl's hideout or whatever, and not done the whole car chase ambulance
Right.
thing. I'm like, that was,
Although it was hilarious when the dude was trying to torture him.
yeah, that was.
Yes.
Oh, that was so bad.
Oh,
yes.
that hurt the worst.
Oh, that was so bad.
Not what are you gonna? Not the pliers. What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
Ow! Like,
Yeah.
I love that. That was great.
That was pretty good.
But
Yeah, no, I like this story. It was fun little.
yeah,
It was a nice little action.
All right, do you guys watch You on Netflix?
I've watched several seasons, but I can't say I'm caught up by any
I don't
means.
even know what that is.
It's one about a guy who's a bit of a serial killer.
Really?
Yeah, and
Five
it's a lot of
seasons.
his interior thoughts,
It's on
and
what?
things.
Netflix.
Netflix, but there's what? 4
5
seasons?
seasons.
5 seasons.
And the 5th one just came out, and it finishes the show. Like, it wraps everything up.
It does wrap everything
Huh.
up.
Sounds
Okay.
like something to be right up my alley.
I think
It-
Barbara would like it.
Yeah,
It's a little more kind of like romancy.
It is, it
stuff.
is.
It's not super guy friendly, I would say, but it's
Oh.
okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's all right.
It's not my favorite.
I have got the problem where I think some seasons are better than others. in
Yeah, I
that
think the
one.
first season was good. The rest of
The
it
first
kinda
season was
middling.
very good. Yes, I would agree
But
with that.
seasons 2 through 4 were kind of lame. 5 wasn't bad. All right, cool. Anything else?
I can't say that I really watched
All right.
anything.
That is what we watched. Thanks, everybody.